Ryan, you guys have had to play a lot of freshmen, a lot of young guys getting in. How have you seen that this group embrace that challenge this year?
Yeah, we've had guys step up, some young guys, had to mature and, learn how to do it the right way. I think, Shane Simon and Brandon George are great leaders, bringing those guys along, but you've seen those young guys step up. Kyle Lewis, Jordan Bass, Braylon Lovelace, even Biles got in there a little bit, Notre Dame. Those guys are growing. And obviously the message to them is they don't have much time to grow up. It's got to be faster and, can't make the same mistake twice. But I love the energy and excitement they bring every day to grow and compete. It's fun to coach those guys.
For someone who's worked with Brandon George for the last several years, what was it like for you to watch his game on Saturday?
It was awesome, and I'm invested in all these young guys, and to see someone who is a great young man, just a great person. His work ethic and how hard he trains. To see him go out there and have successes, it's fun. As a coach, rewarding. Certainly see him light up, and he's a terror sometimes. He gets in the backfield, and he's a big physical dude bringing guys down. It's fun to watch, and so certainly was excited to see him have that success.
Pat kind of said yesterday that it almost sounded like a few weeks ago. He didn't say a light bulb went off, but he said there seemed to see a change over the past few weeks out of Brandon. He's a fifth-year guy. Is that later than you typically see a guy take the steps forward that maybe he's taken in the past couple of weeks?
Yeah, and again, I think he's flashed at times as well, so it's not like he's never done it, but he certainly turned it on, as you alluded to and his coach talked about. So it was good. It was good to see that. Everybody's timing's different, and so it's good to see him step up at this time.
Do you find yourself looking forward to next season because you have so many young guys that are playing a lot?
Try to stay in the moment.
Yeah.
Try to stay in the moment, but certainly the future's bright. To get at what you're talking about, we got some young guys that again continue to grow. But we're focused on Syracuse right now and going to Yankee Stadium and having a good football game, and that's what we're working on right now.
Ryan, how have your young guys dealt with the adversity of playing for the first time and going through games and being critical of their work and learning?
Yeah, I think that they've all, each of them's a little different, but I think as a whole they've been mature, and I think you get that feedback after a game. I'm sure it's a little bit more direct and a little more aggressive than maybe high school when they were just the guy and not redshirting, right? You don't get that grace period to see the older guys get coached. I mean, they're in the fire, and so credit goes to them for how they've taken that coaching, and like I said, try not to make the same mistake twice and step up and continue to practice and understand the coaching's not personal, right? We just want a great product. We want you to go out there, run fast, hit hard, and make plays and do things the right way. And so again, I think they've done that. So proud of how they've handled that and the maturity they've shown.
Rasheem's gotten his hands on, I think, 3 punts this year. What in your mind makes him so good at doing that?
Yeah, I think he's got a knack for it for certain. And you'll watch him play other sports in high school. Basketball, he's a good basketball player. And then on the football field, he has those instincts. And I think it starts with his eyes. I mean, he's a courageous young man. He keeps his eyes on the football. He doesn't flinch at the point of attack, certainly on a punt. Sometimes you got to train those guys, right? Hand and eye to the block point. I mean, he's not flinching. He's going right where he's supposed to with his eyes. And like I said, he's got his hand on 3 balls. So it's a great, credit to his ability to go play fast with confidence and go make plays.
How much has Solomon really grown this season? Is he becoming that player you believe he would be over the past few seasons?
Yeah. I mean, obviously last year he rotated in a little bit, and he's taken that leap to play more. We always knew he's big and athletic, but he's putting it together more consistently, which is good to see. And obviously it's never a done product, right? He's got to keep being more consistent, but certainly proud of the plays he's making and the toughness he's showing and the ability to continue to fight and prepare himself as a guy who's playing more.
Do you feel like they have this group has a part of their game that's grown the most this year that you've seen, just game to game, how they've gotten better as a group?
I think there's a lot of different facets. I don't know if there's just one. And again, I'm trying to make sure we're consistent in everything, stopping the run, coverage, our pressures on third down. So it's balancing all those little things. So I don't know if there's one. You got one in mind?
Honestly, I felt like they flied on the run a lot better the past few weeks, just run fits and being more aggressive. That's part of what your group has done very well in the past with the veterans when you guys have had the older guys. And this younger group, it seemed early on, guys, at least just from
Right.
my football watching eyes. It seemed like they were a little bit hesitant, or if they were aggressive, they missed. And the past, I'd say, few weeks, I think I've seen on tape them fly to the right gaps more and fit in the run game better.
Right. Okay.
It-
Well, yeah.
it-
I mean, that's certainly something we're coaching all the time. So yeah, you're seeing that. That certainly good. We're going in the right direction. We're certainly trying to do that every single day.
Ryan, you mentioned the leadership that you're getting from a Brandon and Shane. How do they lead, and what is it about them that makes them good leaders?
I think it starts with relationships. Both those guys are confident in who they are, personally, what they care about, what they bring to the table, and then they're able to invest in the other guys and let them know they care. And they're so knowledgeable. They prepare themselves as professionals, and again, they lead by that example. And then when a young guy has a question, they can trust that those two have the answers. They know what they're doing, and they trust that they have what's best for them. And best for this team in mind. And so, again, credit those two for being awesome young men and being knowledgeable and preparing themselves, and then being able to take the young guys under their wing, because they are they get those eyes, they get those questions, and that's something they've earned.
What's the push and pull like for a coach? With your young freshmen, they're all really explosive players, and so you're watching them out there. You're watching Bass fly around and Braylon. But then, on the flip side, they're going to make mistakes because there's things they don't know. So, as you're watching, you're breaking down film, practice games. I mean, what's the balance like for you of wow, that's exciting, but you also didn't do what you were supposed to do. You know what I mean? How do you
Absolutely.
balance that?
Yeah, I mean, exactly how you're saying it. I mean, we got to continue to be who you are athletically, but we've got to clean up the mistakes. You know what I mean? Get those reads faster. And I think what we're talking about is you're starting to see that a little bit, seeing those guys get more comfortable on the football field, read those keys, and make those plays. So, the feedback's always going to be there. I'm not going to let anything slide, coach them hard. But again, hopefully they're not making those same mistakes.
Anything final for Coach Manalac?
What's the progression of Bengali's performance so far this season? How have you seen them grow on the stages?
Yeah, Golly's growing. It's different areas in each style. Like I said, there's run stopping, there's coverage components, there's blitz components. Battling a little bit through some things, but he's growing, and I think it's maturity. He's stepping up. So excited about where he's at. He's got to continue to push forward, and 3 games left to continue to prove himself.
Yeah, I know Solomon and Bengali were always trained to both sides. Have you shifted mid-season, Bengali playing more star in the past couple weeks and Solomon more money? Is just how those guys have been playing? Or?
Yeah, as of late, that's what you've seen on tape. We'll continue to try to get the best guys on the field, the right position and the right seats for each week, and see how they practice, and continue to get that lineup, what I believe, what they've earned, and get the right guys that can help our team win.